do some battling. Some Jun versus Bog Brew, as they say, on a high roll. 6.
6 doubles.
I get to roll again, right? Monopoly rolls?
10
I mean,
doubles.
yeah. All right, you got it.
Alrighty. We'll be on the play. Looks like a keeper.
This one's like not great, but at the same time we have like a couple of like early ways to not die, and then we have like some of our marquee cards. So I'm gonna keep it and hopefully we get there. But
Alright, I'll start things off with a stomping ground.
oh, it's pretty strong line. I'm gonna go ahead and lead things off with a Festering Newt. Go.
It begins. Alright, let's Farseek.
Okay.
For Blood Crypt. Actually, yeah.
Okay. And I will go ahead and attack with Festering Newts.
First blood.
Alright, so you're at 19. I'm gonna follow it up with the old combo.
Oh no.
The old bubbling cauldron out there.
Here it goes.
Here you go. Don't hunt master me, bro.
Let's see what happens. Alright. I am just going to play Farseek.
Okay.
And Overrun to him and pass.
Okay.
We want to get a third green so we can cast Garrick if we need to. So we'll just get another stomping ground.
Alright, so we didn't draw what we were looking for, unfortunately. So we are going to just send on in the Newt. See if he has any.
Alright, let's go ahead and get him out of here.
Alright, in that case, I will. Yeah. I'll go ahead and sacrifice him to drain you for 4.
Alright.
So you go to 15, I go to 24. And I'm going to play Ratchet Bomb.
Okie doke.
You go. I don't think Ratchet Bomb is great in this matchup, but at the same time, it's one of our few answers to some of his bigger cards. So.
Alright. I'll return you for 3. You have how many cards?
I have.
Oh, they're at 3. Let's make it 4.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. Well, that makes it easy.
So you go down 20.
Yep. Well, that was exactly what we were hoping didn't happen. Like double Farseek into Rakdos' return. End of turn, we'll put a counter on Ratchet Bomb.
All right.
It's kind of was able to take out both our trading post and our Angelica Chord. And we did not draw a land. I'm just going to go ahead and flash back this Lingering Souls.
Okie doke.
And it's your turn.
I am just going to cast Garrick.
Yep.
And we'll tick him up and put a beast in play and pass back to you.
Alright, we'll tick up Ratchet Bomb again.
Now there is kind of room for play to maybe just cast both these. But I think that the sooner the Garrick gets out, I don't think he's going to kill it unless he kills my creature and then I guess animates Mutavault. Have like a Victim of Night on my beast.
I'm just going to attack Garrick for 2.
Alright.
Fortunately, we cannot kill it this turn. And I will just pass the turn to you.
Alright. Play that. Get you for 3.
Alright, 17.
I'll put another beast in play.
Yep.
And now, if I play this and he uses the Ratchet Bomb, it's also gonna get rid of the Bubbling Cauldron. But I think he's gonna like try and Gigaruk, but he could probably Gigaruk next turn if he just keeps attacking it. So I think it is better to just play this out here and maybe make his card less of a 1-for-1 and more of in our favor. So I'll play Scavenging Ooze and pass it.
Alright, so now I have to decide whether or not I can either blow the Ratchet Bomb at 2, getting his Ooze and my Bubbling Cauldron, or I can continue to tick it up. At this point in time, I think it's probably better to not tick it up anymore, since we have a better shot of killing Garruk with our Lingering Souls than getting Ratchet Bomb to 5. And even if we do get a Ratchet Bomb to 5, we're still like not exactly winning there. But at the same time, I don't think that I care that much about. You don't have any creatures in your yard, do you?
No.
Yeah, I don't care that much about Ooze in terms of. So I'm fine waiting with Ratchet Bomb, but I'm not going to tick it up.
Yeah, you could even like to turn on Morbid for Tragic Slip next turn if you need to.
Right. So that was not at all what we wanted. Our draws have been pretty bad, actually. I'll go ahead and attack Garruk for 2.
Alright, he's down to 1.
And I will just pass the turn.
Alright, we'll eat the newt with the Ooze.
Okay.
So I'm up to 16.
Yep.
And we'll attack you with all these guys.
No blocks.
Alright, I'll Wolf Run this guy for 5.
Let's see. I think I just have to take it all. So that's 11, 14 total.
Yep.
All right, I'm at 3.
And I'll make a beast.
Sure.
Your turn.
So I think we need to draw a Ratchet Bomb here is our only real way to win. We can kill his Garruk, then bomb for 0 and bomb for 2. Draw. Not a Ratchet Bomb. It's a little too little, too late, I believe. But I guess we will play on anyway. I'll attack Garruk, kill him.
Yep.
Go down to 1. Play Angelic Accord.
Ooh. With each end step.
And I'll sacrifice a creature and gain a life. Or gain 4 life.
4.
So I got a 5 and end step, get an angel. Your turn. So if we had drawn a white source earlier, we could have made making angels every turn, which would have definitely changed this game around a lot more than it is. So.
Yeah, I'll just attack with everything.
Yep, I'm just I'm dead.
Yep.
So. And there are some good cards in this hand. It's pretty risky though. It's a little light on the old L end of things, the lands. I think I'm gonna keep though and hopefully get there, but we'll give it a shot. Start out with the old Orzhov
of Guildgate.
Yeah, like I had to
There
keep it as a
is.
Guildgate,
Yeah,
so
you have to keep that, right? Yep. I figured that's what I was going to draw.
the old Bonfire of the Damned. Miracle for
Your turn.
-1. Draw. Alright, that wasn't exactly what we're looking for. I'll Cauldron it up and say go. So.
I'm going to pay 2.
Alright. We're at 18.
You always want to do this just so you can like get your mana established, and if you do draw a spell, I don't think the early points of damage are really going to be that impactful. So we want to just make sure that we can cast whatever we draw instantly. So I'm going to play Farseek.
Sure.
go for another stomping ground.
Ooh, all right. That was actually a pretty good draw. I'm gonna sign and blood myself. Good 18. And hopefully we will get there. I'll play Mutavaults.
Mutavault.
And it is your turn after that.
Alright. Well, we did draw a 4-drop, so that's good. We played Farsake last turn. We'll go down to 16 and cast Olivia.
Okay.
You're up.
Gold Olivia Voldaren. Draw. Alright, still missing, but we're going to sign our blood ourselves again. Down to
16 up.
Draw and draw. Alright. Play a land. And we will just pass the turn. So if we can manage to stay alive, our hand is pretty solid. So hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Alright, now there's some room for play to like play this, shoot it, put our land into play tapped and get him for 4. Although there's just like playing this guy and playing a land tapped and getting it for 3. This one plays around Bartering Blood a little better. So let's just do that. I'll get you for 3.
Okay, I got a 13.
Play a Huntmaster.
Alright, so you go to 18.
And I'll play Blood Crypt.
Okay.
Your turn.
Alright, well hopefully we draw another land here, which we did. Awesome. That is exactly what we were looking to draw. I'm going to cast Bartering Blood.
Yep. I think we need to keep the Huntmaster.
And then I'm going to Tragic Slip Huntmaster.
Alright. Didn't matter what we kept.
Didn't matter. Here we go.
And now we have some fuel for this little guy.
The ooziest.
The ooziest of all the oozes.
Alright, Scavenging Ooze live.
You're up.
Alright. Draw. Not like the greatest, but not terrible either. We're going to go ahead and just play a Trading Post and set ourselves up for the future. And I will then just pass the turn.
Alright. I'm going to remove the Huntmaster, gain a life.
Okay.
And I will remove Olivia and gain a life.
Okay. So you go to 20 and it's a 4/4. Okay.
Alright. I can sacrifice. I definitely want to leave up 1 for the Scavenging Ooze in case he does some type of graveyard shenanigans.
That would be madness.
I would. Alright, I'll play Kessig Wolfrun and attack.
Castor Wolfrun, you say? Let's see.
That's where I feel like makes it go. We can trample over it. If he does anything else, we can always cast this.
Let's see. I think I will just pay a life and make a goat. And I'll block with the goat.
So you're down to 12.
Right.
Sacrifice a creature. Alright. I'm just gonna wolf run it for 3.
Alright, so it goes up to 7.
Yep.
So I take 6, so I go to 6. So I'm end up, like, by blocking with the goat there, I'm going to lose the same amount of life either way. But I just force him into making the township play versus any other play, which could end up being better for us.
Alright. Pass.
Okay. So let's draw a card here. All right, that's a good one. Another land. I think at this point we have to cast this, which even though it's not like full value, we're just at 6. We're at 6 life, and we need to like make sure we're not just gonna die to like a Rakdos return or a bonfire or anything. Plus, the wolf run makes it very difficult to profitably block. So, although on the other hand, we actually could. We could also use this in conjunction with our cards as well. That's another option. That would involve probably would be able to cast that, but I think I'm actually just going to stick with the plan here and cast a Barter in Blood.
Alright.
So we sack 2 guys, and I will then pass the turn to you.
Alright. I'll play out Master.
Okay.
Go to guy in play, go to 22. Overrun Tomb tapped. Your turn.
Alright, Huntmaster. We get to use our trading post here. I will see. I think I'm just going to pay a, well, since we're probably just going to be casting this on our turn again, I don't think paying a life here is to make a goat really like accomplishes anything for us. So we could discard a card to gain 4 life, but I'm not sure I want to discard any of these. I guess we could discard this to gain 4 life if we wanted to, but that kind of seems like a bad idea when he has like Putrefy in his deck. So I actually am going to. I'm actually just going to not use it.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Draw a card. Okay. It's decent. And I'm going to go ahead and just cast another Barter in Blood.
Another one?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
And I will pass the turn again. Basically, we want to get to a point where we can put this into play and really start going with that, but we're kind of not at that stage yet. So, unfortunately.
I'm debating to see if like this is worth pulling the trigger on this trading post. I think so, but like probably not actually. We'll just wait.
Okay.
It's a miracle.
Alright. Alright, so he's bonfiring us for 7, and we're at 6. So we need to gain some life here, which we have a number of ways to do that.
That was the reason why I kind of wanted to play this, just to like make him have to use his thing then. So like if he does like make a goat, then we could like get it with the bonfire. But I mean like the reason I didn't is because we obviously don't know that we're drawing bonfire. But I don't know.
I think, let's see, if we can gain 8 life this turn, which would negate the bonfire and put us up 1. I want to make sure that we're not dying to, that we don't ever have a chance to die to a Rakdos' return as well. Like, we don't want to put ourselves in that kind of position. I think we have to discard this. I think both of these 2 cards are a little bit more important. So I'm going to discard this and gain 4 life.
Right.
So I'll go to 10, and then I'll take the bonfire for 7, right?
Yep.
So I go to 3. All right, is that it for your turn?
Yep.
So you have 2 cards?
Yep.
So chances are it's like a Doomblade and an Abrupt Decay, or like a Tragic Slip and a Putrefy, or something like that. Like, he probably has 2 removal spells in his hand. I assume if he had a Rakdos' return, like, he would have hit us with it already. But still, I don't want to put ourselves in a position to die to it. But I also don't want to activate. I can activate a Mutavault and sack it to Bubbling Cauldron, but if we don't draw a land, then when we cast the Staff of Nin, we're just going to end up. We're just going to end up like not having the mana to activate Trading Post anyway. So I think we just wait and see what happens. Go ahead and draw. Okay. And then we're just going to play Staff of Nin. And hopefully he doesn't have a land and... Well, I guess he needs a land and a Rakdos Return to kill us through the Trading Post, so... I think that's unlikely. I'll say go.
You can miracle another bonfire here.
You could do that, yeah.
Not
Right.
quite.
Doesn't seem like a miracle.
I think that it was correct to play this on that trading post, but I think that now we have to play this on the Staff of Nin, or we're going to fall way too far behind. Actually, I don't know. It still could be right to do it on the trading post. I don't know. Yep, I guess we're gonna have to. Bang.
Alright, putrefy the Trading Post. Okay. So I can either sacrifice the Trading Post to itself to draw a card, or I can discard a card to gain 4 life to put us further out of range. But I think because of Bubbling Cauldron, I think we're okay to go for the sacrifice to draw a card. So I'll sack to draw a card in response.
Yep. Your
That
turn.
was a good one to draw. End of turn, I'll shoot you the stuff.
Yep. 21.
Alright, untap. So we would draw a card for the Staff of Nin, and we draw a card for turn. Those are some good ones. I think we actually, we have the option of casting either of these 2 cards. And I think we want to put this one out there because it gives us more options and also protects us more from him drawing like another bonfire here or something like that. So I'm going to play Trading Post. And at this stage, I don't want to cast this. I want to save this to use with Trading Post if we need to. And I also want to keep mana open so we can start gaining life. I'm going to pass the turn. Keep mana open so we can start gaining life if he like bonfires or Rakdos returns us.
Alright, your turn.
Alright, so he's passing the turn. We will go ahead and shoot you with the staff.
Yep. 20.
Shoot a 20. I will pay a life and make a goat. And then I will sacrifice the goat and gain 4 life, go to 6.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see. Draw a card from the staff, and then draw for our turn. So now I am content to play an Angelic Accord. And I want to trigger, this can trigger on both end steps. So I want to make sure that we're able to like trigger it on both. So as a result, we have to use both Trading Post and Bubbling Cauldron to be able to do that. And I will go ahead and discard a card to gain 4 life.
So 10.
And then I will go to my end step.
I'm just going to Doomblade the token.
Okay. So he's going to Doomblade a token. I think rather than get an Angel, since we have inevitability at this point, I'm actually just going to eat the token with Bubbling Cauldron and gain another 4 in
Okay.
response to your Doomblade. So I'm at 14. Your turn. So that prevents us from being able to get an angel on his end step, but like we have inevitability, and I think it's better to just play it defensively.
Your turn.
All right. I will shoot you with staff and then.
19.
All right. So we draw for the staff, draw for a turn, and I could also be attacking with Mutavaults here, but he probably has removal spells in hand, like he had the Doomblade there. And I'd rather like keep my mana open to use the abilities on the cards I have in play. So I'm going to cast this other Angelica Chord.
Uh-oh.
And then I will, same as before, I'm going to discard a card to gain 4 life, and I think I'm going to discard this Tragic Slip. And I'm going to go to my end step at that point. So I'll make 2 angels.
Alright.
Here you go.
That's not what we needed. Oh, you're at 18. Yeah. I think that we lost this game when we didn't putrefy at the end of his turn, and then we miracled that bonfire. Yeah. I guess we could just miracle a bunch of bonfires in a row. So we'll start by casting this one.
Alright, is that for 4?
Sure. There's 4 big ones.
Alright, I will sacrifice an angel to gain 4 life. So,
Right, so you stay at 18.
Yep, I stay at 18. Bonfire resolves.
Yeah.
And an Arbor Elf, sure.
Your turn.
End step, I'll shoot your Arbor Elf with staff. And both of these trigger to give me 2 angels. So I gain 4 life.
Well, we used all our mana and we're in the same spot.
Alright. Untap, I'll draw for the staff and draw for turn. Play a land. Go ahead and activate both Mutavaults. And attack for 12.
Alright, one more of these.
So you're at 7. I will go ahead and discard a card. Discard Godless Shrine. Go up to 22.
We're going to need a little bit more than a miracle.
And I'll make 2 angels. Here you go. Alright. Alright, so we are back for our awesome sideboarding. Unfortunately, I'm going to be cutting like the side boob combo for the deck.
You cut the side boom. Plastic surgery already.
Yeah, just a little reduction in deck size. I'm going to cut down. Basically, I'm going to side out the Festering Newts, the Bog Brew Witch, and then 2 of my 4 Bubbling Cauldrons. And the reason is that he's not really playing a lot of creatures that die to Festering Newt. Like Arbor Elf's his only creature that really eats it to the Newt. So I basically, I feel like this card's kind of bad against him. And if I'm siding out all the Festering Newts, then Bog Brew Witch becomes a lot worse since I only can search up Cauldrons then. And since we're siding these out, we're going to have less creatures to sack to our Bubbling Cauldron. So I want to cut down on 2 of those. But I still want to keep 2 in the deck for Lingering Souls and Goat Tokens and various things so we can turn on our Angelica Chords. As for what I'm bringing in, I'm going to bring in 2 Victim of Nights just as more removal spells. They don't kill Olivia or Huntmaster, but it kills Thragtusk and Arbor Elf and Scavenging Ooze. And even though it can't kill all his guys, we also have Tragic Slip and Barter in Blood, so we can use this to set up those cards to better kill the rest of your team.
Yeah.
Duress is pretty self-explanatory. I want to be able to hit his Garrix and Rakdos' returns and things like that. And then Sorin, I'm actually not sure if Sorin's good against him, but at the same time I like Sorin because the threat of his ultimate can actually be relevant here, and I have so much removal that I might be able to play a Sorin and then tick him up a couple turns while killing all of Kenny's guys, and then ultimate it to get his Garrix or whatever. So so that's basically the changes I'm making. Some of these other cards, like Curse, doesn't do that much. Lifebane Zombie's actually okay, gets some of his green guys, but a lot of his green creatures cost less than the zombie. And Chalice of Life I actually thought might be okay as well, but the fact that he has like Thragtusk and Wolf runs is probably not worth it. So
Yeah. What I'm doing is the last game. We drew a bonfire earlier on, and then it just rotted in our hand the whole game, and we died. Well, we didn't die with it in our hand, but we were pretty dead by the time we got to cast it. So we're gonna take those out. Yeah, a miracle off the top is good and cool and all, but it's not really what you don't want to be banking on the top of your deck to like be winning. You want to have the cards in your hand and already win with those. And then we just wanted to trim down on the removal. Didn't really see much out of his deck as far as creatures go. We got to Doomblade and Angel, but like I said, that's kind of the same as Bonfire. Like, you're already losing when you're doing that, and you're not gaining any tempo advantage from it. So we definitely just want to get rid of that. The Tragic Slips and the Dreadbore. If you see them bring in Sorin, then you can probably keep the Dreadbore in. I didn't want to cut the Abrupt Decay from the main deck just because you could get the
Cauldron.
The Cauldron, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. As far as what we're bringing in, 2 Underworld Connections, 2 Duress, Rakdos Return, the third one, and 3 Liliana of the Veil. What we want to do is just get rid of his hand. Our deck is a lot better off the top. Like I said, I just said you don't want to play off the top of your deck, but now I'm saying, our deck's a lot better, which is kind of, counters itself. But what it does is that this is like a permanent that's going to stay in play and be good, versus like this is a one-time spell off the top of your deck, and it's probably not going to be lethal unless we're already ahead, or unless he's like, or unless we're like trying to catch back up and like trying to like just end the game where we need an X spell, which Rakdos Return is going to do the same thing. But it'll be better if we do have it in our hand versus like off the top of our deck.
All right, back for game 3, Mr. Castor.
Did a little sideboarding, and let's see how it looks.
This is your choice, whether you wish to play or draw.
All these cards are the same color.
I hope that color is colorless. I hope they're all lands. Is that it?
They're not all lands.
Okay.
But, I think you definitely have to keep this.
Okay. My hand's definitely a keep. Like, it's about
Anytime you got this, you always keep.
about as good as it'll get. So.
All right. Overgrown Tomb, pass.
Godless Shrine, pass.
Farseek.
Yep. The old Farseek.
We'll go for red, black. Also keep in mind you can get basic lands with your Farseek. I guess just the basic swamp that's in the deck if they do have the
I'm gonna Sign and Blood myself.
Burning Earth.
So I go down. I take 2, go to 18. And I do have to discard end of turn. Which is a little awkward, but I felt I was better using my mana that turn to Sign and Blood rather than just wait and avoid the discard. So I'll discard a Godless Shrine. Here we go.
Alright. Play an Ooze.
Okay.
Blood Crypt tapped. Your turn.
The old Ooze. I will play Mutavault and a Bubbling Cauldron. Here you go.
That's the bubbling from the cauldron. If you didn't notice. Yeah.
Alright. Yep. I go to 16.
I'll pay the 2. Bring out Garuk.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult to beat. That resolves.
Your turn.
Alright. Draw.
No, next turn we can play that. Have that guy already in play and.
So that was a very good draw. Unfortunately, Garruk is in play, which is like the turn 4 Garruk is one of the worst things we can see for the deck. I kind of feel like we have to just pull the trigger on this right here anyway, and then try to set up like these for future turns. I want to play this now, but if he has a removal spell that like pretty much just destroys us completely. So yeah, we'll go ahead and barter in blood. And I'll pass the turn to you.
Alright. Drag Tusk.
Yep. So you had 23.
And I'm gonna minus him.
Yep.
We'll draw 5.
Uh,
2, 3, 4, 5. Put Overgrown Tomb and play tapped. And your turn.
okay. Draw. Card would have been good a while back.
Also, against a lot of decks, you probably want to play Thragtusk first and then play your Garrick. If you do need the life, but this kind of seemed like when you have Garrick in play, if they don't really have anything, then he just will pretty much take over the game.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play Sorin, and I will take him up to 4 and make a vampire.
All right.
And say go. So we're trying to basically set ourselves up for a future turn, and hopefully he can't kill our Sorin. There's a number of things that would just be pretty devastating for us here, but we don't really have the luxury of playing around them.
You have how many cards?
4.
So there's these 2 I could do. This will get rid of the token, but if he has slip, it's gonna slip that. I guess he's slipping my Thragtusk instead of this. So that probably seems like the best play to do. There's also, I have 7 mana total this turn. So you could do this, but that seems pretty weak compared to what you can actually do, which is probably just play this. There's also, yeah. Alright. I am going to play Olivia.
Okay.
And I'll ping this guy.
Okay. It does.
Right. So she gets a counter. We'll hit the Sorin.
So now we have a decision to make. We can either Tragic Slip the Thragtusk and let our Sorin live, or we can Tragic Slip the Olivia and let Sorin die. It's kind of a tough decision to be made because Olivia kind of hurts us pretty bad. We've already cast a Barter in Blood. It's hard for our deck to beat an Olivia, but at the same time, we might have to play to that out of just drawing another removal spell for her, because I'm not sure we can win if our Sorin dies.
We can also keep this in our hand to use with this when we tick her up.
Alright, I'm going to Tragic Slip the Thragtusk. That could end up being a mistake, but
Alright, there's a beast.
we'll try that.
Tick him up, make another beast, and play land.
Okay.
Your turn.
Draw. It's normally a good card, but not as good as it could be. I think our only real line here is to make a vampire and then play Angelic Accord. And I guess our Sorin is probably going to die here anyway, but we can at least get an angel out of the deal, I guess. So I'll just pass the turn.
Alright. Alrighty.
And if we draw another Tragic Slip, we're in good position. We're in a fine position if we do. So we're still not we're not in a great position, but we're not terrible.
Alright, so let's see something. If I ping that, One of my planeswalkers will die. So I need to keep up this one. So I guess I can ping and do this. I don't even have to ping. I can just attack everything on Sorin. You're at 16?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that I'm just... Well... Yeah, we'll just send him out, Sorin.
Alright, so even if I block here, Soren's gonna die, so there's no reason to block. I'll just let Soren die.
Alright. I will make another beast and pass the turn.
So he probably has a removal spell, but we're just going to have to go for it anyway. I'll sack creature and gain full life.
Okay.
So I go to 20, and then I'll put an angel into play.
Let's go ahead and shoot the angel and steal it.
Okay.
So this goes up one.
Alright, we really need to draw a tragic slip. So I guess we will go ahead and sign and blood ourselves. 18. Draw.
And we wanted to steal the token while he stepped out so he couldn't use the cauldron again. Although we need to probably do this soonish on it. Because that's the way that he was like... I mean, like the attacks are bringing him down, but like when you're like sacking a token, or sacking like something that doesn't matter, and then like making a token, so like not only is he gaining 4 life, but he's also getting a 4/4 out of it.
I think we have to just play a Ratchet Bomb.
Yep.
And go ahead and sack it on 0.
Okay.
And then activate our Mutavault and attack Garrick with it.
He's down to 1.
Your turn.
How many cards do you have?
3.
Alright. So, you have 1 Mutavault. Alright, let's attack for 5.
Okay, go to 13.
Make a beast. I have 7 mana available. So I guess we can do this. Let's putrefy this.
Sure.
And play Huntmaster.
Okay.
And I gain 2.
So at this point, I'm not sure if we really have any outs.
25.
Fortunately, that does not kill Olivia. Yeah, I'm just dead.
Alright.
So. This hand is not awesome, but I'm still going to keep it. It's still fine.
I will also keep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Your turn.
Draw. Go ahead and play Ratchet Bomb. Go ahead.
Ratchet Bomb.
I just want to start ticking that bomb up to like 3-4 range, where I can get his like Olivias and Huntmasters and things like that.
Well, I think that I'm actually going to pay 2 for this and play Farseek. Just so like next turn we might be able to do this.
I was hoping you would not have a Farseek this time.
I've had it on turn 2. What is it, every game?
Yep. I will go ahead and add a counter to the bomb. Okay. Draw. Alright, that's hopefully a good one. Lingering Souls.
Doke. Cut.
Sure. 2 spirits, and your turn.
Alright, so I think what we have to do is actually this turn. So this can get that, and this will just see what we're cooking with. So we'll start things off with duress. Whoa!
I was really hoping you would not have a duress. It's the one card.
Alright. Well, there's 2 accords, so I don't think we're going to take that. I guess we'll have to take Barter and Blood. And play this and eat your souls.
Man, just have it all.
Eat your soul.
All right, I'll take this up to 2. All right. Come on, lands. Excellent. 18. I will play Soren.
Excellent.
And I don't think it's worth embleming here. We're not gonna try to race him, and I would emblem if we still had souls, but he had the ooze to eat it, so I'm just gonna make a vampire and say go. We're gonna try to get him up to his ultimate.
Attack.
Alright. I'll go ahead and double block.
Alright. So you gain 1.
Yep. Go to 19. Is that true?
Yep.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
Alright. I think I'm just going to play both these. I'll play Farseek.
Okay.
And I'll put this on this, I guess.
Sure. Am I go?
Yep.
Alright, I'll take up Ratchet Bomb to 3. Draw a card. You have how many cards in it? 2?
Just 2.
Okay. I will attack for 1.
17.
Play one of the Angelic Accords.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to blow the bomb on 3.
Okay.
And just, it might be a waste, but I don't want him to start just drawing cards.
Okay.
And I will make another vampire and pass it back to you. It's possible I should have double blocked his ooze with, yep, that's probably the worst card for us here.
I'm just going to pass.
Yep, that was absolutely the worst card he could have drawn for us. Hopefully we draw something. We did not. That is frustrating. That is frustrating indeed. I guess we just have to make an emblem with Soren, since Olivia's going to keep Soren from getting the ultimate.
Right.
So yeah, we'll make an emblem, and I think I just play this other Angelic Accord, and yeah, I just have to pass turn.
Alright, we'll shoot the fire.
Yep.
Attack Soren. Play Scavenging Ooze. Stomping Ground. Your turn.
All right. Hopefully we can draw. We have a number of very live cards. That's not bad, actually. Do you have any creatures in your graveyard? You have one?
One ooze, yep.
So you're at 17 and I'm at 19, is that true?
Yep.
Yeah, we do have a
19,
Sorin
17.
emblem, which helps. You have one card or two?
Just the one.
Okay. I think we just try to get aggressive here. Yeah, I think we just try to get aggressive. That might be the only way we can win. So I'll attack with. You do have a creature? Yeah, you have an
Yep,
ooze. Okay.
one ooze.
So that actually can become bigger.
Can be a 3/3.
If that's the case, I think we just attack with these two. Yeah, I'll just attack with these two.
Alright, I'll shoot one of them, Olivia, twice.
Okay.
And I'll take 2. Or 3.
Okay. So you
Is that
go to
one?
14?
Yep.
Alright, I'll Tragic Slip Olivia.
Oh, so rude.
And it'll be your turn.
I'll play Olivia.
Yep.
Well, I had the other one. I didn't want to be like, had this.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Um,
Alright, so we're still back in needing to draw Barter and Blood range.
I'm just going to shoot your token. Remove this Olivia.
Alright, so you go to 15.
Attack for 3.
16. I go to 16.
16, 15. Your turn.
Alright.
A Butter and Blood would be good.
Something good.
Well, for you, not me.
Agreed. Butter and Blood would be pretty sweet. Go. I'll activate Mutavault.
Okie dokie.
Block. Scavenging Ace.
Alright. I'll remove my ooze with my ooze.
Okay, so you go to
16.
16.
And I'll wolf run this for 3.
Okay. So I take
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
7.
Go to 7. This is dead.
Your turn.
Tragic Slip Olivia.
It's a good thing we didn't shoot that before blocks.
Alright.
So my Olivia would have died.
Something sweet. Can Wolf run for 4.
And he's a 4/4.
Well, I can cast Lingering Souls. That's all I can do. Your turn.
Yeah. I'll just attack.
Block with both. Yeah, that's 5, so that puts him up to 9, so I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, we're back for game 5.
This one is mediocre to say the best.
This hand's not the best. It's not the worst.
Like, we have this combo, which is nice, but we're like a long way off from that, and our mana's pretty bad. Like, this card's good and this card's good, but like, we're gonna need like a lot of help. Since we're on the play, I think I have to mulligan this. think it's just a little too risky. Probably would have gotten there, but
Alright, well, I'm gonna try this.
draw. Alright, I can. Oh no!
What?
Add this. This was the first card. It's like the best card in my deck.
Right.
But it was no lands, so.
No lands. So, Brian, would you like to tell us a joke?
No.
Wow. Some comedian.
I'm not a comedian.
Well, I'll tell a joke for those of us at home. Or those of you at home.
Yeah, I have to keep this. Like, this is not a great hand, but I don't really have any options.
18.
Sure.
So a horse walks into a bar, and the bartender looks at him and says, "Why the long face?" Do you get it?
Oh, that's a good one.
Serve.
What did the horse say?
Farsi. I may or may not have just drawn that.
Sigh. Alright.
Let's go with
Go
black.
ahead. Whoa, don't have that in
Whoa.
my hand.
Ball
Ooh,
therapy.
awkward.
Naming trading post. Meddling mage on trading post.
I would just like slide this to the bottom and draw a card.
That's
Yeah.
how that angelic thing got down there. Huh. Alright, we'll pay 2 and cast the old turn 3 Garrick.
One time it should be Thragtusk, not Garrick.
I didn't have any mana accelerators. I drew this into this.
Wow.
I mean, oh no.
Not only is this like not a very good matchup, but
Your turn.
there's no way I'm beating that. Ugh.
So we found the reason Arbor Elf's on the deck. It's to play turn 3 Garrick.
Yep, I just have to barter in blood. You go.
Um, 14, 19. I'm gonna have to discard if I draw, but at that point,
Okay.
I'm fine with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will discard Liliana.
I'll just play in Flashback Lingering Souls.
Okay.
Here you go.
Attack.
I'll go to 14.
You have how many cards?
1. Or 2, sorry.
Alright, I'll return you for 2. So you done a 12. And I'll play Dragon Skull Summit and make a beast.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'll play Bubbling Cauldron. And I'll send 3 of these at Garrick.
DED.
Go ahead.
Bang.
I just have to sack a creature here. Gain 4 life.
16.
Your turn. Yep.
I'll shoot this.
I'll go to 8.
Your turn.
Yep, that's game.
Alright.
All right, we are here for the conclusion. It was a pretty thorough walloping, I guess would be a way to describe it. So I was able to get one game, but Kenny pretty easily dispatched me the other 4. So.
Now, and that's the thing about Jund is that like, not only is it like a solid game plan to just play like removals and solid creatures, but it does do good against like a lot of the random decks that you might play against, whether you're playing at your F&M or like an open. Something that isn't really like, I think like a lot of the bigger tournaments are really metagamed, but like smaller tournaments, a lot of people try smaller things to see maybe this will work or maybe this will work. But it does have like a good solid strategy, whether you can be like on the defense and like removing all the creatures in play, or if you're like on the offense, play Huntmasters and Thragtusks and Garriks and more proactive cards.
Yeah, like Jund is just like usually pretty good against just like various random decks. Like when I played this deck and I saw that like I was playing against Jund, I was like, crap, like I probably can't beat Jund. Like like it just doesn't match up well. Like your Rakdos returns and like your planeswalkers and stuff. Like I mean, it didn't help. Like your draws were also like pretty good. Like they were on the better end of the Jund draws. Like the like Farseek every game into like Garrick's, like the turn 4 Garrick or the turn 3 Garrick even that last game, like on my Mold of 5, like I don't even stand a chance. Like so there were like not only was it rough, like I felt like I was like fighting an uphill battle.
Right.
At the same time, like I think this deck was cool. Like I didn't really get the chance to showcase it too much. Like 2 of the games, you just Rakdos returned my hand away, so I didn't really get to play my cards out and see like if they actually could do anything cool.
Right.
But I mean, I think it has like potential. Maybe probably needs like a few more good artifacts in Standard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Like right now, like I wasn't really abusing the artifact aspect of Trading Post. I was mostly using it as a way to like fuel Angelic Accord.
Right.
But yeah, like if there's like some good artifacts in Theros, that may be something worth like reconsidering. And I mean, I think against like aggressive decks, like this deck has a lot of game too. I have the nukes and the removal, all the removal spells. So I think like depending on how the metagame changes, like I would consider playing something like this for in a tournament sometime, depending on. I mean, obviously, it would need to be tuned a lot more, but there were a lot of cool things like going on with it.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of nice little synergies that would just like randomly happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's sacking your Mutavault to gain 4 life, or sacking your other artifact to draw a card, or sacking itself. Just cards with like so many abilities on them are just so powerful. Just for the sheer fact that they can do like several different things, even if like they're not even that strong. I don't want to say that Deathrite Shaman is not strong, but it does have like the abilities that it does do, or like just the sheer fact that it has like 3 different abilities is like what makes it really good.
any one ability on Deathrite Shaman is not very good.
Right.
And like Trading Post, like all the abilities are kind of bad, but like just having all 4 of them on the same card.
And just like being able to like synergize all the abilities within your deck is really
like making the goat synergizes with the bubbling cauldron, like sacking a creature like lets me recur ratchet bombs.
Right.
Sacking an artifact doesn't really. I don't really have much synergy with sacking an artifact, but I can still draw cards off of like extra copies of bubbling cauldron or something. And then discarding a card to gain 4 life was obviously like the key synergy with the Angelic Accords.
So, I mean, moving forward with the deck, do you feel like you want to add anything or change some numbers, or?
I could probably see, like, I wish there was another draw spell, and maybe there is, and I'm just missing it. Like, I wish there was another way, like, I want something like Sign in Blood, like another 2 or 3 mana card that's going to draw me some cards. The only thing I really came across was Prophetic Prism, but it was a little not very powerful, so I wanted to, that's why I didn't play it. But, like, just another way to basically, like, keep the fuel going into, like, turn 4, turn 5.
Right.
And I also think I probably should have a 25th land, because I'm trying to hit 4 every game off of like just 24 lands and Sign of Blood, which is a little.
Plus, if you like use the Mutavault to like maybe even chump block or like gain the 4 life, because sometimes you need to do that early, just so you don't die against some of the aggressive decks.
That sets me back a land as well. Yeah. So I definitely wanted like another land, and I'm not sure what else. Like I thought. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Like I came up with a ton of different cards that would potentially go into it. So
yeah, definitely. The idea seems really awesome. So props to that.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for watching, and if you do have any comments or any questions or anything, we'd be more than happy to help and answer them below.
Yeah, definitely. See you later.
See you later.